Hi crafters, this is Crafty Savvy and we're back today to do another crafting out of the Hoardy bucket. I guess this is number 4, I think. And I just want to say thank you to those of you who comment and say that, you know, I've inspired you to, you know, go and make some projects with some of your scraps. I find that so awesome, and it's a good idea. Not my idea, obviously, everybody's doing this, but sometimes it's just nice to see what different projects people come up with, even though on the flip side of that, most of these projects we've all seen and done before. But it's fun, and I hope that you go and get your scraps and maybe craft along with me today. Again, we're just going to dive in and see what we can make here. I had mentioned that in here there were some projects that were sort of, you know, half finished, sort of like these, but they weren't finished, and at this point I really wasn't sure what to do with any of them, but I thought I would, with some extra scraps in here. This was like scrapbook paper, and they really are not the greatest colors, but I decided that I could make like little folder pages, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So here's just a bunch of papers, scrapbook papers that I had folded in half, and I think I'll use those to make some pages. Let's see if I can pull out a few more here. Okay. So, what I think I want to do is make like pocket pages. So let me see here. I'm just going to try to pull out maybe 6 pieces of paper that might go with this a little bit. This is what becomes the hard part, is because you're so limited to what you have, but yet, you know, I want to use it up and I don't want to be too picky about it. This has some gray, so that would work for that. Looks like we might be, although these are very similar. We'll work on this one for now. Okay, so I've got 2, 3. These are so ugly, these papers. Yeah, it makes it very hard for me to work with this stuff. Oh, I guess that's the fun of it though, right? I'm in the bucket. I'm just seeing if there's any other ones. There's a few more. It's endless. I honestly feel like I'm not making a dent in this at all. Look, because the more you pull, like dig in here, the more you find. Oh, I didn't realize I had so many of these ugly papers. It's so hard for me to say that too, because I love paper. But sometimes you get those patterns, it's like, oh. Okay. Let's see. Okay, good enough. I'm not going to I need 2 more. I'm not going to fiddle around too much here. That's the busy one. We have something like that, or oh, maybe this beige one. Okay, let's just be done with that. So, there's still so many. Oh goodness. Okay. So what I thought I would do is make pockets. So let's put how am I going to do it? I want to make it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to open up one. I'm going to have to cut these down, I'm sure. But I'm going to put one with the pattern facing down, and then we'll take another one with the pattern facing up so that the whites are back to back. And then they're already folded in half, so if you need to, you just fold them in half. I'm going to cut them down to size so that they fit as pages in the book here. But what I want to do is glue the pages together on the two long sides, leaving the two open ends open. So I know it's a little hard to see now, but I have to cut them down. But I just want to make pockets here and here. So I'll have 6 pockets. So 3 full pages, 6 pockets for each little booklet. And I think that would be sufficient for like a little tuck or something, like an add-on in your journal. So let's just put these together for now. Match up these papers. Then we'll cut them down. So that's 2. And these two really don't go together, but you know, oh well. Maybe we'll just do this darker one. How about that? Okay, we'll put them back to back. And now I just want to measure one of them. Will that little one fit? Yes. So I'm just, because I had a stitched line on mine, I'm just going to try to fit that within that stitched line. You don't have to do that. Just make your papers fit the best way that you want. So I'm just going to mark this here and ouch, and this here. Okay. I'm going to get my paper trimmer and chop these down. So if anybody's interested at all, the pages I'm cutting down are 5.5. That's a little bit short, but oh well. And 5.5 by, what does that say? 3 and 3 3/4, roughly. Okay, so actually, you know what? I'm going to trim it just a little bit because that paper inside was just a little too short. So then what we're going to do is, like I said, we'll glue there and we'll leave the sides open. So that would be page 1. I'll cut down page 2. I'm just going to give you a few measurements in case you like this size. I mean, hard to tell on camera. But this one is just about 4, so almost 4 by 6. 4 by 6. So I think that's a nice little size. I don't mind that at all. And I also don't like that this is white inside. It's okay, but I think I'm going to cover with another piece of paper from the bucket the inside. Am I going to leave a white? Yeah, I'm again going to just go within my stitches, but if you haven't sewn anything, then don't worry. Just go end to end if you have anything like this and you just want to cover it. So I'm going to mark this really quick and cut it, and then I'll glue it in there. To me, it just gives a more finished look. And at other times, it doesn't bother me at all, so. So I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but a very good friend of mine, she doesn't do YouTube videos yet, but we met each other on YouTube, and she gave me a very good idea to use the projects that we're making together and put them into a journal. Completely make a journal with them, or incorporate the components into a journal, which I thought was a fantastic idea. So that might be something that we will do, and that's a good idea for you guys too. Like, my issue is, you know, especially with making videos, I make so many things and then I really don't do a lot with those things. So I have containers full of projects thinking that I would have used them, but then, I don't know, sometimes you forget about them, or it just doesn't go with the current project you're working on or something like that. But I really want to push myself to use... That is not straight. Look. Oh well, I'm not worrying about it. So yeah, so that might encourage you to use your things that you make and incorporate them into a book or project. So thank you, Lynn, for that. I really appreciate your brilliant ideas. So the next thing I'm going to do before we glue these is I'm just going to punch a hole on the side so it's easier to open the pocket. And I'm just using my circle punch, EK Success. It's 1.5 inch, okay? So let's put, I'm going to try to make them somewhat even. So that. So also at this point, if you would like, you could ink the edges a bit. I'm going to go back and do that just because it'll take up too much time. So we still need to glue these down. So I'm just going across the top and across the bottom, leaving the sides or the fronts open. Okay. I'm just, it's hard to see on this white, isn't it? Oh boy. You could easily just open, I mean, the papers right up and glue them straight across. I always have to be difficult. Okay. So that's now a little pocket. And there's a pocket here too. Don't make me open it. Anyways, you know there's a pocket there. So that's one sheet. Okay. We'll do this one the easy way this time. We'll just zip right across. I'm going to try to see if, what do I have here? See if we put this underneath, if it makes a difference. Will that help a little bit? I hope it's not just too distracting. It's just a piece of wallpaper. So let's go across here. Across here. I'm also asking for a new chair for my birthday, because this one is way too squeaky. I try to match them up as best you can, because do you see that? Oh, well, I'm not too concerned at this point. Okay, so now they're glued together, and we can put them one inside of the other. Actually, let's put the light one in there, and we got them there. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit off here, but I don't mind that. It's just a little easier to turn the pages too. All right, we're going to take the booklet and we're going to, I mean, I guess there's a couple of things you could do. If you don't want to sew the signatures in, you don't have to. I guess you could use an elastic or just a string if you really wanted to. But I'm quickly going to sew this one. I don't know if this is going to be long enough. I have a piece of thread on my needle. Ooh, I don't know. We're going to try to make it work. So I'm just going to do a quick pamphlet stitch here. So we're going to poke 3 holes, one in the middle, if I can, one at the top, and one at the bottom. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Oh, you can hardly see that, but there's one there, and one there, so 3. You take your needle and thread, or whatever it is you want to sew it with. That's just what I had available. And you're going to go through the center, leaving a tail through the top here. And then, I lost my tail. And then we're going to go through to past the middle and go down to the bottom. And then we're going to come back up through the center. Oh, I need to get under that thread there. There we go. I'm going to tighten that just a little bit and then just tie a knot. Oh, it's very short. I just made it. Okay, tie a couple of knots there. You want to use something better than thread. I've doubled it up, but that's just what I had right quick beside me. And if this was a journal, I never would have used thread like that. But because it's probably just going to be an insert of some sort, I'm not too concerned about that. And there, we made a cute little booklet. And we have lots of little pocket pages now. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's cute. I like it. If I had anything to decorate with, we might decorate or just do a little collage on the front. Oh, that's asking for a lot because there's not too much stuff in here to decorate with. Okay, cut this little piece of paper. I found this little tiny glassine bag that I made. I have a video on these somewhere. If I remember, I'll try to link. And a cute little square that was already cut out. We'll ink that up a little. And we can just make a little collage on the front. Let's see. It's very hard to ink up this glassine stuff. Actually, it's sort of a lie. That's not glassine. It's supposed to mimic glassine. I think I made them out of, what do you call it? Wax paper. So yeah. So I think I'm just gonna, it blends in a bit, but I'm not worrying about stuff. So I'm just going to glue it I'm actually just wanting to use this for that little bit of red. I'm going to put it on crooked. I'm going to take my glassine bag, and I don't know how I'm going to glue this down. Hopefully this glue works. You ever try to glue down wax paper? Oh, terrible. And then I'll put that kind of on an angle this way. So I just wanted that bit of red to show through. And are we going to use the bag as a bag, or I think I'm going to glue this here, and then I guess I could always I have a little itty bitty tag. Does this fit in here? It does. Okay, we're going to shorten it. And round the edges again. Ink. Okay, we can poke a little hole. Do I have anything to collage this with? Or put on it? I don't know. We can put it there. Let's see. Tiny bit of lace. Let's see if I can get that in. It's so small. Fingers don't want to cooperate today. There we go. So do I have anything to collage on here? Oh, we could use a bit more of that, couldn't we? Okay, I glue this down. Okay, so we just made a really quick tag there. Put that in there. Oh, we're gonna make a little, do you see? Like, look, we're gonna use the last itty bitty piece here. I think it might be too big, so we're gonna cut this down a little. Some ink. Oh, we're just gonna glue this, and we're just gonna make like a little pull tab on the side, just for decoration on here. And then I think we'll put a staple in there. It's cute. And stick this on here. It'll also help the glassine bag to stay down better. Right there. I totally love this. It's funny how, like, if you look at things individually, at least sometimes I do, it's like, no, I'm not using that. I'll never use it. I don't like it. It looks bad. And then it ends up, you know, just takes a little bit of imagination maybe, and then it turns out pretty good. So there, just a little collage. We put a little tag at the front, and we have our pages inside, which I probably will ink up the edges. And we've created a little book. All right. Okay, so that's one. So I don't know, or maybe we won't make another one. Let's see what other projects we can make with some of this stuff in here. So I was thinking, see, I can make a whole bunch more, but let's see, maybe there's other projects we could do with those. So I'm just going to put them aside. We'll put that there for now. I was thinking with these folded pages, I could also make some envelopes. So my issue is, though, that I already have a crease in them. So how I think I'm going to remedy that, I'm going to use this folded piece of paper. You could make these any size you want. I don't think I need to give, there's no specific. You just want to make it shorter at the top than it is longer. And I already have that crease, and I don't want to make I have to make another crease because I want the envelopes to be a certain size. So I think I'm just going to use a scrap piece of paper, and you're not going to see this inside there, and just put it across the crease that I have there now for reinforcement, right? Probably an extra wasted step, but if I want to use the envelope, it might be a good idea. Obviously, if you're making this from scratch with a new piece of paper, you don't have to worry about that. But I'm just doing it because of that. Give that crease a bit of support because I'm not going to be using it again. So now I can fold up the bottom part of my envelope, leaving enough room so that you can have a flap fold down, and also so that you're not making this crease here touch the flap on the inside, because then you can't, it's hard to stick things inside. So I always leave about maybe like a ½ inch there. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to fold this up to where I like it, about here. And I'm going to fold this down, so this will be the flap on the top. This is a simple envelope. No fuss, no muss. So see what I mean? I've left a bit of a gap there. And then also what I'm going to do with this is put a little notch in it, because why not? So that also helps a little bit with getting in there. And that's it, you guys. I'm gonna round these edges. Actually, I'll use the bigger one. I'm gonna round my corners a little. Slap some ink on there really quick. Do or don't. It's totally up to you. Some people like it, and some people don't. Okay. We're going to glue it down. So you only need to put glue on this little bottom half here, along the edge. I forgot to put ink along the top. That probably would have been a good idea. But not necessary. And look, now you have an envelope. Easy, and that's actually quite cute too. I like the clocks. I didn't like it at all when it was just a regular piece of paper. But, so I don't know, let's make a few more of those. I love these. The little alphabet. So I like mine to go directional, so when I fold the flap down, I want to see it like that. So again, I need to just strengthen up my inside here. Like I said, if you're using a fresh piece of paper, you just cut your rectangle and don't worry about what I'm doing here. But these are scraps from my bin and they were already folded. So support is key. All right, so we are going to fold this up again to where you like it. Is that about the same? I could go there. Fold. And then fold my top down there. Okay. Round my corners. I see a little, I gotta trim that off. We're gonna put a little notch in here. Tiny bit of ink, not too concerned really. I mean, you could go ahead and embellish, you know, you could put a nice little closure on there, Velcro, whatever you like. What do we need? Glue. Close it up. And done. It's so quick and easy. We can make one more. Scrap, scrap, scrap. Let's see. Oh, I don't have any scrap paper. Oh, I cracked myself up. This is... It's so funny how they're all scraps and yet I don't want to tear one of them up for a scrap. That's hilarious. I have 1,000 of these, so okay. Just put that in there. Is this directional? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to fold up. Put in our notch. Fold down the top part. Oh, corner around the corners there. I'm not going to ink this one. And some glue, and that's that. That one's a little bigger, so it's really cute. There was a circle in my bucket. So let's see. We'll put some ink on it. I don't have a lot of bits for embellishment and like a pre-made stuff like this. So I would have to probably come up with something to make embellishments out of this stuff. But in light of the fact that we have this already, I think I'm just going to put that on. I'll glue half of it. There. And what else? I don't know. Let's see what we have in here really quick. Really quick. The problem is I can't really see out what's at the bottom. Oh, I found this cute little thing. Let's see if that matches. And I don't think it'll match anything we just made. That's a little turquoise. Let's see what else, if I move this junk around, if we find something. That's a frame. What is this? Found that. I found that. I found another little circle and a square. I think I could just collage some things here. They don't exactly go together in terms of color, but that's fine. We are just making what we have work. I mean, I could always go back later and embellish with other stuff that I have in my craft room, but that defeats the whole purpose, I think. This may or may not be a sticker. It is. It is, it is, it is. Okay. Okay, let go. It's just a little, it has some font on it, I don't know. And we're just going to put it off to the side here. And I'm done with it. So cute, love it. So there, look, now we've even embellished our envelopes. Let's tear it a little. I like the orange on it. So maybe we could utilize the orange. I have some kind of little frame here too. Darn it, I just saw something in there and now I lost it. Okay, let's see, we were doing this one here, weren't we? good enough. I'm not worrying too much about it. I'm just gonna stick some things down. I know it was in my bucket. Okay, I'm being totally honest. But I took it out because I didn't want it to get all scratched up. It's a piece of acetate. We made a little window now. You can see the reflection there. What can we put behind it? That's cute. Okay, we'll just put that in there. I'm just going to trim it down a bit. I'll glue the whole thing. And we'll just put it right here on our collage. There. Done. Cute. Okay. And this one. Okay, I think I'm going to take off this banner off of this. And okay, I think maybe we'll just stick that little piece on there. I'm going to staple it on. Okay, so I got a staple there and a staple there. And then I'm going to put some glue on it. And we're going to stick it right here. Oh, it's upside down. No, no, no. Not that I could read any of those words, but I can see they're not the right way up. That's all. That's all that needs. Just a little bit. Okay, so that's 3 envelopes done. Okay. I was thinking about these. I had these paper pads back here, and not like I'm gonna use them all. So you would just need a piece of paper. You don't need this pad of paper. You don't, I'll tell you what size this is. But I just have these and I wanted to use them for something. So I thought, so these in particular are 8 by 6 3/4. So if you wanted to follow along, you could just cut yourself a piece of paper to about that size. It doesn't have to be that size. I want to make some little bags out of it. So you could use any shape that you want, any sort of, size that you want. But the process is the same. So if you want to follow along with your own pieces of paper, scrapbook paper, anything is fine. So, but we're just going to put a few of these together. So the first thing that I want to do before we even fold or do anything is I want to make a decorative edge up here. If I do it now, I won't have to do it later. And at this point I can cut it straight across. So I have the deco edge trimmer. You don't need this. You can easily use your hands to tear it, a ruler, or your you know, the tear ruler, if that's what it's called. I kind of had to stop using this just because of my issues, and this made it easier, but you can use anything. And also, you don't have to tear anything at all if you don't want to. Also, the scissors, the decorative scissors, is great for this too, and that's what I did up until this point. So it just puts a nice little edge on the top of your bag there. Sorry. I'm just going to turn this over. I'm not even going to measure anything. I'm just going to sort of find a center point. I'm going to fold one edge in. I'm going to fold the other edge in just so that you have enough room to place a bead of glue all the way. It really isn't very much. It's literally as wide as that yellow strip that you see, the yellow color. That's how much I'm overlapping, not very much at all. And then before we glue anything, I want to fold up the bottom. So I fold up the bottom Again, about maybe 1/2 inch. You could do more, you could do less, totally up to you. I know there's 1,000 ways to fold these, to cut them. This is the way I do it, okay? So I folded that up, and now I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm gonna miter the edges in for that decorative bag finish. Here and here. And then at this point, I'm gonna open this up. And on the first panel, I'm gonna cut that piece off. And on the last panel, I'm gonna cut that piece off. So that all you're left with is this. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that around again. I'm gonna place my glue along that line. Now I'll just glue those together. I didn't ink either, so that's fine. And then the little flap that we made on the bottom will get glued down. Fold that up. And you have a nice clean bag. Look at how sweet that is. I love it. A little pocket. Yay! Oh, I love this. Well, we could ink a little bit if we want. You could decorate them. You could do a bunch of things now. Oh my gosh, I love that. I think I'll make one more of those. So like I said, you don't have to have a pad of paper. You just need to have a piece of paper. Okay, so once more, I'm gonna do my decal edge here. Okay, I'm gonna do some folding really quick. So basically just to the center. I just like to check a little bit anyway, that they're sort of centered. Fold. I'm gonna overlap this one just enough for some glue. I need a little bit more than that. Alright, I'm going to fold up the bottom about 1/2 inch. Miter the edges. And then I cut off the flap on the first panel. Cut off the flap on the third panel. So you're only leaving that one. Put some glue on there. That was the most uneven line you've ever seen. We'll glue the bottom flap down. And done. Love. Love. I really love. Oh, that was quick and easy. Could probably use up a lot of pieces of paper doing it that way. And I mean, how effective would that be on I don't have a book here to show you now, but like you know, if this was a page in your book, let's just say, you could easily just glue that down. And now you have like a pocket at the top. You could glue two edges and slide something in there. Amazing. Love that. And or just put it in a pocket because, you know, you've made a nice, everything is nicely done, so it's not a mess. I don't know. This might be a long video, guys. So another idea quickly that I have in here like a bunch of tags and stuff. Like tags that were kind of half done. I also had bunches of papers like this. What do I have? This and this, kind of these pinks go together. I just thought maybe we could do one quickly, just to give you an idea of another project that you could, okay, let's see what we can do here. So if you had square pieces of paper, say for instance these, I mean there's a bunch. Like I said, I have so many things in here, like tags that were sort of started. You know, these ones have some lace across the bottom. But what if you have just a bunch of square pieces like this, right? You can easily turn these into tags, and I know many of you do this already, but it takes no effort at all, really. You can just cut the corner off like that. Use the piece that you cut off to cut the other side evenly. Many of us have like a credit card or some kind of card that we use that as a template, a guide to cut your tags the same every time. So, but you could eyeball it, whatever you want to do, to make the tag shape. It's totally up to you whether you want to do something with the bottoms. I've had this for a long time. This is a 1/2 inch corner rounder punch, and I'm become obsessed with it. It's small. It just puts a little bit of a circular edge on things, and I'm loving it. So I've been like, you know, turning all my tags into rounded bottoms. I don't know why, but I just am. And then there's many options for, you know, making a hole up here. You can make a hole big enough to put like a hole reinforcer in there, or one with your punch here to make, let's say, put a brad in, an eyelet, or whatever you want to do. Options are endless with how you want to decorate a tag, right? Let's see. Let's quickly, so this is just all stuff I pulled out of the bucket there. What is this piece of paper? Oh, that's a pretty flower. What can we do with that? I have some graph paper that has pink on it, and then I have a solid. I have a thing about things matching. So really quick, I feel like I need to fussy cut this out a little bit. I'm not going to be too careful. This is actually wrapping paper that I had in that box. Maybe we'll just use the top part of it. I can cover up the bottom there. Okay, so we will put that down. Well, we got pretty much to the end of the video, and I don't even think I've asked you guys how you all are doing. So I hope well. I hope you're getting some crafting done. I know many of the kids in other countries have gone back to school already, or getting ready. Here in Canada, kids will be going back, so we have one more week. So they'll be going back on the 3rd or 4th of September. So we have a little bit of time left. We're scrambling at work because I work in the school bus industry, and we're trying to get things done, and coming down to the wire is so busy. Do I want to put like a little pocket? Let's do that. Let's put a little pocket on the front. I'm just going to use my decal edge trimmer just to put a nice little edge there. Okay, we'll do that. I'm just going to put glue across the side, the bottom. Like that. I'll cut it down. I'll trim it down now. Okay. Now we have a little pocket. And I have this little piece of paper that I like. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to cover this in glue, the back side of it. I'm going to put it on a piece of scrap paper. So the same what we use for making a tag there. And we're going to make this into a tag. So there. Now we're going to just fix up the top. There. I use the little triangle to do the other side. Okay. Tiny bit of ink. I'm going to put a little round on my bottoms there. And we need a little hole. Let's see. If I had a bit more time, I probably would put a hole reinforcement on there. And I might just do that, but we've been here for a while now, so. Just a little bit of lace on there, and then we go back to our tag and we can put that in. Let's see what else we have. I think we'll just put a staple through that. Okay. Let's shorten these down a little bit. I had a little bag of stamps in here. Let's see if we have something pinkish. Oh, that's so pretty with the purple. That would be kind of cute. Let's just do that. Just so that there's something to look at inside there. And do we want another stamp on there? Might be a little bit overkill now, huh? Just, okay, we'll just do that little one there. There. So now we made a tag in it within a tag. Just with the scraps from our bin. And you know what? Just because we don't have time, but I mean, I could make tags for days with the stuff that's in there. Tags are so easy to do because you just need the one piece of paper and some other stuff to embellish with. So that would also use up quite a bit of stuff in your bin. So let's just do a quick recap of some of the stuff we made today. And that's it. So just let me know, you guys, if you want me to do some more. Like I said, I still have another bucket that I really would like to get into because it's a little bit different stuff, more on the vintagey side of things, more neutrals and book pages and stuff like that. So I'm kind of anxious to see what I can make with those. Or do you want me to just kind of finish up? We can do a few more projects with what's in this bucket that we've been using. You know what? Let's do that. How about we do one more episode of, we'll make it 5, using some more of the stuff in here. And then maybe we could create one project with it all before we move on to another series of stuff in that bucket. Okay, so I think that sounds like a plan to me. If you don't like that idea, then let me know. and we can try. Okay, so today we made the little booklet with the little tag on the front, using some bits and bobs that we had. We lined the inside of this pre-made booklet that I had, and then we made some pocket pages for the inside. And they're all pocket pages, so you could still go ahead and do what you want on here and also have room for stuff inside. So there's 6 of those pages. And I love that. It turned out very cute. I was very pleased with that. Wasn't sure I was going to like that at all, but... and then we made some really quick envelopes, just using whatever random papers we had. We just folded them up, real simple. Glued the 2 edges, put a notch in it. If you have something to embellish it with, go ahead. I didn't have much, but I mean, it's fine. And then there was that one with the little window. And this one here with the cute alphabet. And then we made a few bags. I just had these papers that were on a pad, but you could use any papers that you have. So again, very easy. Yeah, you can use them for a pocket, in a journal, and then tags. We only made one today, but there's 1,000 options for you know, what you want to do to them. A tag is a tag at the end of the day, and then how you embellish it makes it, you know, what it is. So that's another idea. So thank you very much for joining me again today. And like I said, maybe what we'll do is we'll go up to, I think this is number 4. We'll do a number 5 using the same bucket and create a few more projects. And then maybe we could put an actual journal together using these elements or something of that nature. And then if you're still interested in this, I can move on to that other bucket of stuff that I've been hoarding that's more on the vintage side, okay? Let me know what your thoughts are about that, and thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you all real soon. Take care. Bye.